Okay, everything is done. There's our new master cylinder brace, VTEC solenoid cap, a battery tie. This one turned out real nice. I'll take it here in a second for a drive, kind of give you an idea. It's lowered 20 millimeters. That is our OEM Plus spec right there. It rides nice. It's not too low that you're scraping everything. And it's definitely got an adjustable ride. Really, really nice ride, actually. Blue stitch wheel, blue stitched boot right there to match the blue edge. Seatbelts right there. We actually showed him the blue first, the cobalt blue, and then he saw this with the edge and liked this, which I agree because it's not overdone. It picks up the color, but it's not too much. The LHT phone holder, LHT cup holder, the document bag, the super rare OEM Blue top. It's nice to get to an S2000 in it.
Oh, it's way different.
This is like completely familiar to us. So funny. We've had two Integras back to back with K motors. First one with a JBR all motor, and second one a 4-piston massive supercharged. So this is what operates the did, which go ahead and comment below if you know what that is. Well, over time, sometimes this will hang up and you'll notice that the light doesn't come on, or if it does, it just kind of flickers. So there you go. Take this out. You hear it's losing its ground right here. This is your door switch. This rubber, bring it off as one piece, then remove it. So how this works is it's sending this to ground. That is what is activating the light. This is the switch right here. Nice thing about this, it is rebuildable and cleanable. So if you bought one of our kits where you get the little tool for your coil clips or injector clips, you can use this right here. This little tab, you can see that? You're gonna lift up on that right there, and then this, you'll be able to bring it outwards. This, you're gonna take this out right here. And then same on the other side. There's a little tab right there. Lift up gently on there. Not too much, and then this will come out. This is what it looks like right here. There's a spring. Don't lose that spring. This is the contacts that you're gonna notice are pretty dirty. You see that? This will remove. You can take the spring out. This, you're gonna clean this. You can clean it with a little bit of light sandpaper, even a Q-tip with some rubbing alcohol might work, but you find out these terminals get green. So clean these, and then when you put it back together, you're gonna put a little bit of dielectric grease on there. I'm gonna show you this here in a second. Let me clean it, and I'll show you what it looks like. Now we've got our terminals clean. So a little bit of dielectric grease. We wrote grease on this in real big letters, because when we pick it up, it looks just like the container tube of Honda Bond. So a little bit of this right here. This is gonna stop that corrosion building up. Just put a little on the terminals right there. Put it back together the same way, the spring. This is gonna go back in here. This is gonna go back on. This is the retaining clip and the ground strap. And then snap it back together. There we go. Now you'll find that switch will work correctly. The rubber, like I mentioned, put this on first. If you put the switch on, then the rubber, you can have a real hard time getting that protective cover back on there. So put this on, and it has a lip that goes all the way around it. Very clever little part, really, really well made. And you gotta love this Honda stuff. The fact that you can actually rebuild it. There you go. Put that back together, put your bolt in there, and you're good. One of the things he wanted was to rebuild his shifter, which we've shown you this a million times. Believe it or not, it's still one of the best selling pieces in our shop. So you see the foam's all disintegrated. And of course this, it's not too bad, but it's a little bit sloppy. This is what the sponge looks like when it's sat for a while. Obviously it's turned to like a mush. You can actually make little creatures out of this, make a little snowman, but that used to be foam. So this is basically just to absorb sound. It takes a lot of the echoing away from the transmission. That's the transmission right through that hole there. So obviously there is the rubber boot around here, then the foam. That takes a lot of that noise away. It's just it's surprisingly effective. Always a good tip, put some anti-seize on all your threads on these subframe bolts.
Especially the front ones, because somehow they are subject to weather and road debris. That's why there's always rust and whatnot on these. But if I pull, like, well, this middle one here, the condition of the middle one is way different than the front one.
Yeah, you can see how much difference there is on the rust, especially in the middle right here.
Yeah.
One of the things we're doing is a brake package and refinish the calipers. These are being painted. I've seen them being painted on the car. They did a decent job because they didn't get too much on the pads. But as you see, it's just on the front. Oh, notice the lug nuts were pretty rough. Look at that, the chrome is flaking off. So I'm just waiting to hear back from the customer. Obviously he's gonna want us to replace them, but does he want to do black or chrome? So just like I showed you in the last episode, we can communicate with you direct. Let me see what we're talking about.
Just making sure it didn't say his phone number right there underneath the thing, so other people start calling him.
They call him and go, hey, what do you think about your car that LHT did for you? So we can ask them questions as we're going, which is really cool. That way I don't have to call you and go, hey, do you like this? Do you like that? Just like these, I said, you know, you probably want us to replace those. Do you want chrome or black? So it's nice.
Stuff how everyone communicates nowadays is via text message, so why not be able to text directly with the customer while we're working on the car?
Yeah, I think it would be something I would want. And it was recommended from our good friend Mr. Mothra to get a cell phone and have it dedicated for the shop, because the phone rings non-stop. People want to sell us stuff, buy stuff, give us stuff, sell us solar panels, give us solar panels.
Oh yeah.
Clutch is already in. It's got the FX300. I didn't show you that because I've shown it about 2,000 times. You hear that?
At the phone?
It's the phone. It's non-stop. I apologize for you guys that want to ask us questions, but it rings non-stop if you plug it in. That's like the downside of YouTube, is people now want you to advertise their stuff.
Yeah, the only thing we're going to put on our channel is stuff that we like and we approve of and we would use.
Yeah, if not, well, I can't advertise something if I'm not into it.
It'd be cool to get paid for every video just to do something stupid, but no.
I took the caliper down and you can see where the brush went. So at least they did a decent job. They brush painted it while it was on. Obviously there's no paint on the backside. Still better than painting the whole thing, where they paint the seals and the pads and everything. But I just wanted to show you this now so I can show you it when it's done and completed. He is doing our brake package. He's going with the blanks, not the slotted. It's stuck in there. There it goes. So these are not bad. They're wearing evenly. Kind of interesting. The upper controller is painted a nice bright silver, but you know what? They didn't do the other one.
No.
They didn't like it that much. They did that one side and they said, this one's looking so nice.
Really slipped that one out.
And then he went,
silver, and then
yeah,
gave up.
I'm gonna do it again. To remove the rotor, there is 2 threaded holes in here, which if you do it right, use one of these guys and just kind of burp it, you should kind of work that rotor off. Like I said, if it doesn't work, I'll delete it. Yeah, if it doesn't work, it never happens. Look at that. Nice one-hand operation. There you go. And then we're gonna clean all of that, sand that, brush it, get all that yuck off. Already behind the rotor, you see how much rust builds up there? This is one of those things that I like to do, is clean all that rust off. And then of course when the new rotor goes on, use the rotor bolts to hold it on tight. That way it doesn't flex or not seat correctly, causing, you know, vibration in the brakes or even a future warping of the rotor. Same on the back. So the back right here, see the same thing, a lot of rust on there. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it. So while talking to the customer, he wants to go ahead and do one of the bushing kits from Hard Race. Well, fortunately, it just came in today, right here. So we ordered these just before Christmas, and they just came in. There we go. Look how nicely packaged they are. That is awesome. So right here, 3 AP2 kits, 1 AP1 kit, because we have an AP1 kit in stock.
You gotta scan that code because I've never seen that before.
You want to go ahead and scan that? Go ahead and put your computer up to the screen right now, or your phone, whatever it is. So, okay, let's get one of these out. You want to do some LHT Olympics real quick?
Yeah, you put all this down.
Yeah, no, don't throw that. We'll throw these rotors.
Are they real rotors?
Real rotors.
We probably won't be able to get the bird with the rotors either, so.
You want to do right-handed?
Yeah,
You want to do back first or front first?
probably back.
You want to go first?
Yeah. You're good?
Yeah, just go from wherever you can do it.
Oh.
Close. Yes.
Yeah, I felt like I might have overdone it, so I did it a little lighter.
Last time you threw it over the fence.
Yeah.
Yes. Whoop. All right, ready?
Yep.
Feel good about this one. Oh, too much.
Got still in there, though.
Nice.
Nice.
LHT Olympics. There we go. Shifter back together. Look how tight that is. So usually I'd be putting this back in, but we're making a change to this, so I'll show you later. But for right now, that can just sit nicely down there. Guys, March 22nd, mark your calendar. It is the LHT Mega Meet. It's going to be at Quaker State, the same place we did the last one. However, the weather should be a whole lot nicer. Last one, December 21st, was freezing cold, and I'd been sick for a week, so that was just miserable for me standing out there in the cold. But you know what? I enjoyed it. It was such a good turnout, even in the cold weather. This one is going to be even bigger. March 22nd, Quaker State. Mark your calendars. It is a Saturday night. That means if you come from out of state, like we had 5 people come from out of state last meet, you can drive up on the Saturday, chill, relax, enjoy the meet, hang out, meet some car people, talk about cars, look at cars, stay the night if you do have a few cocktails, and then drive home on the Sunday. Look at this. Still working on the Integra Type R. It's almost done. So mark your calendars, March 22nd. We're excited to see you there. Can't wait to see so many new S2000 people, and of course, the OG guys. This is a big thing. I'm just saying this. I'm getting a little nostalgic on you again. I had a good friend pass away just before the weekend, Bert. If you guys know Bert, definitely an OG guy, one of my best friends. I met him in 1996. I'm not going to dwell on this, but my point being here is make time to meet your friends. 99% of my friends are car friends. I met them through cars, at the street races, at dynos, at car shows, at the races, whatever. 99%. It's unbelievable how much of my life is surrounded by cars and car people. So make it count. Come to the meet, not just for me, not just for LHT, for you and all the other OG Honda guys. You're going to meet so many cool guys. This is the type of meet that I love. All of those guys, you could walk up to a complete stranger, talk to him about his car, and he will listen to you and talk to you about yours. That's what the car community is about. I can't express this any more clearly. It's the best community there is. March 22nd, LHT Mega Meet. Mark your calendar, and I'll see you there. That is something you don't see every day. That is the delivery blocks that comes in the suspension for the PDI guy to take off, the pre-delivery inspection guy. He should have popped those off. They're like rock solid. So that's probably really affected that spring right there. These are solid. That's very interesting. This is the other control arm I'm gonna do next. These are the bushings. What I like about them, not only the 20% stiffer than the factory ones, which doesn't make a huge difference. I mean, it doesn't really transmit vibration through the car like the urethane ones, but the fact these are absolutely identical to the factory. So when you put them back, they look exactly the same and they fit in nicely. They're the exact same width. So you don't have any issues putting the bolts back in and fighting it. Obviously, most of the labor is taking it apart and pressing these bushings out and pressing the new ones in, but we have a few different kits that makes that a little easier for us.
All right, you gonna explain what we're doing here?
Every 7th conductor being connected by a non-reversible Tremie pipe to the differential girdle spring on the up end of the gram meters.
All right, so this is kind of a goofy experiment. We're more interested than anything. I'm going to use a weight scale here. We're going to put so much pressure on pulling this. We've got the rubber clamped in the vise right here. George is going to hold that stationary. We're going to see.
I'd say maybe put, like, if you can, maybe 20 pounds on it. We'll see how many degrees of angle it gets in 20 pounds.
Yeah, I think I could put 20 on it. Yeah, I could do that comfortably.
Okay, I'm stuck at 90. I'm holding it down.
Okay, so I'll put this towards the top so the leverage is accurate. I'll see if I can pull just a gradual. We are at 20 right there.
It's not a whole lot. Can you pull it more?
Well, we can use that as a.
Do like 30.
And then creep up to it. There's 30.
I say just so it gets a little more angle in there. You can get an idea with it with the camera there, how far it pulled.
Yeah, now we can also measure that if you want to keep that in one spot.
Well, I won't be able to. We're going to be swapping the whole arm out, but we have it on here. We were at 90, and now we're at like just over 105, 15 degrees.
Yeah, okay. Let's change those. We'll change them both, and we'll try that experiment again. We'll see how close it is. Like I say, it's just because it felt stiffer the last time. We have the new bushings in there now, so we're going to do the same test just to see how much deflection it is. I'll use the same amount. I think we did 30 pounds,
Yeah,
right?
30 pounds.
There's 20. There's 30.
All right, we're at 100. That's 5 less.
So you could see actually how much it was moving this way. It moved a little bit less.
Yeah.
And you can feel it's a little bit stiffer. And then creep up to it. There's 30.
I say just so it gets a little more angle in there.
Imagine every single bushing having just a little bit less deflection. Of course, it's not just the old age, it's just the rubber is a little bit stiffer on these new ones, and it is rubber. That's why it gives you that really nice feedback. When I did the first car I drove it, it really did make a difference. It didn't have really anything negative to a point where I've ordered a set for my car. This is officially the last arm to do the bushings. Just pushed them out right here. These are the last 3 bushings to put in. This is a pain. If you're doing this yourself, it is very labor intensive and a dirty job. But you know what? Very, very rewarding. So much feedback we got from people. And I did manage to cut that finger yesterday, so I've got a band-aid and I'm wearing a protective glove just so I don't mess it up again. But there we go. Let's go ahead and start pushing these in. We'll put this back on the car. All the bushings are on now. We're going to load up the suspension and tighten all those bolts like we've explained in past videos. It will need an alignment. Even though we tried to keep the alignment marks, it will require some tweaking. But by loading everything up on the suspension and tightening it, the bushings are in the neutral position. That's where they start. One of the other things, obviously that part's done. One of the other things he wants is a new soft top. Well, not just a regular soft top, an OEM soft top, but he wants the blue one, which is the super rare blue top. If you've never seen it before, it was one of Honda accessories. It's a darker blue. It's going to match the interior because it's got the dark blue. There's a few other things we're doing in there. Let's see if we can get our hands on one. Are you ready? There it is. Look at that. Probably the last OEM blue top in existence. See? It's the accessory top. These are so rare now. How many of you guys knew they had a blue option for the S2000? It's a dark blue too. It looks really pretty on the blue car. It really does. I'll show you it when we open it. Gang knife time.
Is this even an OEM top?
Nope. Look at that like weird tweedy fabric.
It's not the worst one.
No, it's not.
I don't like the ones that are like fuzzy. I don't know who makes that one, but there's
One
like
that looks like felt.
Yeah.
Looks like some corduroy pants made into a top. Watch out for this trap. There it is. Yeah, don't hit that when you knife them.
Yeah.
The AP ones don't have that, by the way. That's one of the pieces that you need to add when you do an AP1.
Oh,
or an early 001 top. I think we've shown that in past videos so many times. This is the other thing, it picks up lint. The felt one is worse than that. It's like if a dog walks by it, everything is on the top.
Who's got this thing in it though?
That looks like from the 50s.
Yeah, it's probably not. Keystone is a upholstery brand. That's whoever put that top on for him.
That was inside the car, so whoever did that, if you go ahead and send us a stamped addressed envelope. I'm not going to gross you out by this, but just think of working around here and slipping and hitting that bit. That's what I did. There was a little bit of my DNA down here and on here, but yeah, just be careful.
On the floor still. Forgot to wipe that one up.
That one's over there too.
Yeah.
No, I bucked it to the bathroom and left a trail. Just keep an eye on this kind of stuff. I know it sounds frivolous because we work around this stuff so often, you forget your hands are, you know, your tools.
Yeah, they're soft.
And you need them. Yeah, the fleshy bit on the outside, they're not as durable as you'd like them to be. The calipers, putting those back together, look how much better that looks when you don't have paint on those rubber pieces and the paint is even and the hardware is all nice. Same as the back. Look how much better that looks. So we have new brake lines, so these are going to get replaced. They're just in there, so nothing got into the calipers themselves. Brake is back together. The new StopTech rotor, pads rebuilt, refinished caliper. This is something really important. We always replace these to the stainless Allen heads. We have these in the store. Like I showed you earlier, clean all the rust off. Then when this is fastened on there, you don't have rust getting behind there or dirt that makes the rotor sit slightly crooked on that face. That way when you put your wheel on and take it off, this rotor sits in the same spot. You don't worry about trash getting behind it. I do recommend putting anti-seize on this. We do include it in the kit. These are the brake lines that we use and prefer. We offer these in the store. This, I think, is probably one of the best manufacturers of lines there is. Never had an issue with these. They always fit. Nice quality, and they have this clear sleeve over there, so this doesn't start to build up dirt and look really dingy. And it's fitted all the way down to the sleeve right here. Like I said, they fit nice. This is really important. The machine and on that taper that fits the factory brake line. We've had some of the aftermarket ones that you put this on, that taper is off. Doesn't matter how much you tighten them, they leak. And there's nothing worse than doing something twice because of a bad part. So ever since then, we're going back maybe 10 years. Ever since then, we've used these lines exclusively. So these are the rear, these are the front. It does come with all new of the sealing washers and new banjo bolts. Does it drop into that hole?
Yeah, it drops into this. So I just tried to slide it and it didn't, but I felt when I pulled up on it that it actually does lift.
So continuation, there is a snake went in that hole. Where the hell did that come from? Is that just a regular black eraser?
I think so. I was trying to get a second view, but it left. I thought you were going to go out that door and walk around.
Yeah, but I don't want it to go back this way.
Yeah.
Grab. Hold on. Let me get a box ready. Use this. Grab one of these. Hold on, you're going to push it back this way if you do that.
I'm just trying to put this in the corner so it doesn't come this way.
Yeah, grab one of these. It's coming your way. Yeah, grab one.
You gotta open the front door.
Wait a second, it's just... Oh, it just went in that hole. If I can lift this. There's a hole over here, I don't want it to come flying out of that hole. Yeah, it's all the way at that end.
Okay.
Let's see if I can focus the camera over there.
Let's say get the that cardboard I just had.
So we can't find it, the thing took off. We've just destroyed the whole room looking for it. So what we're gonna do is just block that door and block that door, leave that one open. Hopefully it just finds its way out. So if any of you snake guys know what that thing is, obviously we don't want to kill it, but we also don't want it killing us. So this is what it looks like when you take everything out. This car is getting seat belts, by the way. That's why we've tore it all the way back to here. Somebody else has done the top. You hear this? Anybody know what that is? No?
No.
No. Okay. I'll put on the screen right here. It's when people drill or add rivets and leave the tails in that bar right there. So what you got to do, we'll show you. Pull that plug out, use air pressure, and blow them across the shop.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get it in slow-mo. Ready?
Yep.
Yep. I heard it go behind us. how beautiful that is. I don't know if I showed you or not. I guess in the edit I will know. But there you go. New caliper, rebuilt, brakes, done, bled. Yep, that's pretty yucky, isn't it? See how wet it is. Let me get it to focus. There you go. So what happens is it bypasses, there is a piston in here. The fluid bypass comes in here and it usually starts filling up your interior. It goes behind the carpet, which is kind of crazy, so you never know how bad it is until you pull the carpet back. There you go. That's what the new one looks like. That's what it should look like anyway.
If the cap's brown, put it down.
Yeah, no kidding. If you see a brown cap, don't even bother installing it, and definitely don't try and bleed it. Seat belts are situated under the cover, so doing the top is perfect time to do those seat belts. We've already sent the seat belts out to get the ones finished that he wanted. He's going for the blue on blue. So this is the factory belt, which if you've seen these over time, they get kind of rough and they don't retract as fast. Nice thing about getting the brand new belts, they retract really slick because this pushes through here. The guide is much smoother. Of course, it looks prettier. There's the new one. So he opted for the black with the blue on the edge as opposed to the solid blue, just so it breaks it up a little bit. You see how much shiny and smooth this is. So these we send out to Seatbelt Planet. There is a lot of options out there. There is some much cheaper options. I know that, but one thing that they do, as you see, it's got the correct stitch pattern. These, from what I understand, are one of the only ones that are approved. This might be the last time you ever see a blue top, because this has become so rare, but look how cool that looks. We did one of these on a customer's car a long time ago, and it was the same color blue, and we were all apprehensive of a blue top, but on the car it really did look good. Look at that. That is so cool.
Yeah, we could go and tell you what all colors this looks good on, but you can't get it, so we won't bother telling you.
No, just imagine this color on your favorite color.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to show this when it's done with all the little accents and stuff, but that is so cool. That might be the last time we ever see this top, George.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Well, don't put a guarantee, just that somebody will want that guarantee. Look how pretty they are. That is going to look so nice. So he's getting the blue stitch wheel and the blue stitch boot. And I think he's going to get a couple of our bags that have the blue stitch. Kind of really modernizes the car, brings a lot of that color and brings it out. Makes everything kind of contrast, but match at the same time. Brake is all put back together. These are the new lug nuts right here, chrome. So if you guys saw my video I put up about people scratching wheels, hopefully you get the idea of what it's all about. But you see, this kind of thing, even though 10 feet away you're not going to notice it, that was probably done by a tire sitting on there. And again, some people are going to notice, some are going to be, it's no big deal. It's almost like these are your brand new chrome lug nuts. Well, it's probably okay for me to drop it on the floor and then, you know, slide around the shop on it, because hey, it's just a lug nut. I mean, what do you expect? You know, it's a nut, it's going to get damaged. Well, no, not if you take care and put it on and don't drop it. And then it's nice and shiny and chrome, so when the customer sees it, it looks like brand new.
Yeah, they're always broken.
So that's a full set that we'll put aside. These are the factory OEM ones.
Yeah.
They're not aftermarket. They fit absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And it's something that's pretty common on these. Whenever somebody puts the top on there, the panels that's behind there, if I can stick the camera back there, the ones that hold the piece back there, and then the ones under here usually get broken. If you don't take them out correctly, they will break. All right, should be ready for the first startup. You guys ready? There it goes. This is something that he wanted replaced. Look at that in the light. See, it used to be coated. Now it's like partially shiny. It's actually kind of cool. It could be polished up. I don't know why it's that color. Anyway, here is the new one. That's the part number for it, and it is a factory Honda part. There you go. It's almost like a black chrome. It's not black. It's like a smoked black. It's pretty nice. I'm gonna try this. This is #1 rated leather conditioner since 1968. It has like 17 billion followers on Etsy.
And this is an easy way to get a grip.
I'm gonna need that.
That's so you don't lick it. So your packages from Esther S used to personally lick them.
Don't tell him my DNA is on there.
Now she's using that.
It's got honey in it.
It says right here,
It's
each
the
bottle
980th
contains
ingredient.
780 bees to make 1 ounce of this
You're such
motor
a
honey. That's why
liar.
it's so expensive. I'll follow up and let you know how this works. It's supposed to be really good.
How many bees are in this one?
Probably about, I don't know,
1 Chinese bee.
80.
80 bees?
80 bees. Why are your Chinese bees? Well,
Because bees are more productive than...
they're more productive in China?
Yeah, there's a
I see.
10% increase on honey due to tariffs.
Tariffs.
I don't know. All right, I'll let you know what this works like. If it's good, I'll tell you. If it doesn't, I'll tell you, and it'll find its way into the recycle bin.
In the bin.
Left on the list is the steering wheel. We have a blue stitch steering wheel we've already made and had it done. We have a radar detector to hardwire in.
He actually took it with him.
He did take it with him?
Yeah, I just have to get the wire and duck it out by the mirror. He has it by the mirror.
And then the last thing, actually one of the last
Just
things
showed
for
up.
us, this just came. It didn't have a remote button. You have no idea how much money this thing is.
I do. We got the paper.
You do? You want to just go ahead and tell us retail?
Retail $306.84.
That is unbelievable. And that is it right there.
It's also quality.
Yeah, you could probably find one on eBay that looks just like it. What do you bet there's no battery in it, George?
I'm certain there's no battery in it.
What do you guys want to bet?
And also, if you buy the one on eBay, it doesn't have the right battery in it. So if you had one of these for your car already and it's broken, you have extra batteries. This is a 2025. I believe the eBay one's like a 2032.
Don't slip.
Yeah, I know. Put a scratch in this nice brand new thing. Hey,
Oh, look at that.
there's a battery in there.
I'm shocked.
I can't get in.
You can't get in.
Can't get anywhere.
No.
Made it in here.
I need you to get in.
In where?
In the computer, in somewhere.
In
for
yours?
me. No.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, you do know there's a snake in the office, right?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay.
This is my friend. It's fine.
All right.
Yo, you let him in?
That's probably how we got it. There is the steering wheel. This is one that we already got done, so we have a couple that we keep. Now, this isn't a service we offer through our store because you know how the story goes. You'll get someone a steering wheel done, and they will send you a core. Ask me how I know how that story goes. There it is, nice blue stitching, nice new leather. It's one of those things that makes such a difference. You're looking at it every day, you touch it, it just gives you a feel about the car. Guys, the OEM Plus hoodie, I think we've got like 8 left. Check them out in the store, LHTperformance.com. These are super nice. It's going to get warm here in Florida, so this is the last of the batch. We won't have them again until winter time. LHTperformance.com. Get your hoodie and your LHT merch. A couple of other things he wants. He wants our cup holder. I'm going to go ahead and show you that, its position. I'm checking to see if we have one of our storage bags with the blue stitch. And he also wants the phone holders. A few people asked about the phone holder, about how this fits when it's done. So I'm going to show you. That's what it looks like right now. This isn't touched. It's an 06. They all pretty much look the same. But that is the gap that they have. It's pretty tight. But there is, you know, maybe a 1 millimeter gap all the way through there. You see that? It's not too bad. But let's put that in there. One other thing he wants is the brake light flasher. And let me show you it real quick, and I'm going to explain why you should get one. All right, third brake light right here. Not that you should need it, but the brake light flasher, all that does is flash that twice before coming on solid. It's just one more thing to get the person's attention behind you. Like I mentioned, you're not supposed to have to press your brakes twice, but the guy behind is probably not paying attention. And if it saves you a rear end collision, even a 2-mile-an-hour collision while you're in the car circle or at Starbucks. This is the tail light flasher. Super easy install. We include everything. You can do this yourself. I did a bunch of how-to videos. He's getting the storage bag, same in blue to match the blue, and then he's getting the document bag that goes in the back. I'll show you these. This does work in conjunction with our cup holder, by the way. We've verified that. We don't want to sell you something that doesn't work with something else. This is the cup holder. He's also getting the phone holder and a few other odds and ends. I'll show you little glimpses of this as we put it together.
That works. And we can unlock it and get up in the trunk.
Oh, sweet.
And when he bought the car, he didn't have that, so that's going to be a nice big luxury upgrade.
Be a nice bonus. Let's check the tail light flasher. I'll put that in there, put some foam around it. Again, this is just to grab your attention, just so you don't run into the person. See that? So I pretty much have one on everything I own. One less chance of someone not paying attention. I got one on my truck. You want to see it? Anything you do to get the person behind you's attention so that don't run into you. It's worth it. Once you move this forward, this is the lip. I tried to explain it in a video, but I just want to make sure you guys understand this lip. And same if you're doing your Modify one. If you have one of the old Modify brackets, this lip where my finger is right here, that's the lip that has to be removed. Be careful not to slip and cut this vinyl part of the dash. So when this goes back in place, let me just put it back right there, you'll see it covers up that much of the vinyl. So you're not going to hurt it, but don't trim any of that part. Just this lip right here. So I want to show you when it's done. It's kind of hard to do it and show you at the same time. So when you're using your knife, let me just show you a demonstration. Imagine this is your knife. You don't want to run it flat because you could cut this. You want to run it like this angle, not here, because if you cut down here, you could cut this vinyl. You want to cut it like this angle, so you're cutting just that piece and you're going to cut downwards. Do it little by little. Make sure the knife is ultra sharp. This is the kind of knife we're running right here. You can get this everywhere, and it's thin this direction. But I just put a new blade in this. I'm not going to open it until I'm ready. I don't want anything to happen in the interior. I don't want to accidentally slip or touch anything. But I'm going to mark it, and I'll show you this lip and how much you're going to cut for reference. This is a technique I'm going to show you just so you don't put a lot of force on this and slip. What I'm going to do is do like a series of stabs. Basically put it in here, nice gradual pressure like this. So you're not putting a lot of force going downwards, because if it all of a sudden slips, that's how you can cause yourself some issues. So you see what I'm doing right here? I'm just pushing it inwards, doing a gradual stab like this. See, this is how much I've cut off. That's it right there, and you'll see my mark up there. I'm going to cut straight inwards. Same technique, cut in. It's like a stabbing motion, just nice and gradual. That's what it looks like when it's finished. That way this plate will fit right up against here. So a few people asked about this. We measured this, and it's 0.2 millimeters thicker than the Modify bracket. It's stiffer with this section being wider here. There's more material, plus having the little stabilizer piece right here. So I'll put it in, I'll show you. There is your little brace right here. You just angle it the same way, and that just takes up a little bit of the vibration right there. We replaced his interior bulbs with LED. We added the hardwired cable for his radar detector and fixed the switch that he had up here. These contacts had gone bad. We cleaned them, put some dielectric grease on there, and put it back together. Always nice to just double check everything. Car needs an alignment after the bushings, of course. I usually recommend you let it settle. Maybe 2 or 3 days of driving, let all the suspension settle where it needs to before you do the alignment. That way you don't do it twice, because it will settle the bushings a little bit, the springs, anything that has rubber in there will squash down a little bit. Everything's nice. There's a phone holder, cup holder. We've got the storage bag. We've got the document bag behind me. We've got the trio. And of course, the seat belts look nice. The steering wheel feels nice. Just a new leather wheel makes all the difference. Blue stitched shift boot. Everything matches. Everything is so cool. Lots of usable power. Triangles on because I turned off the traction control, the VSA. If not, it will interfere and pull power as you roll into it. If it monitors a little bit of tire slip, it will pull power. So I usually recommend if it's raining, leave it on. Yeah, it feels great. Okay, everything is done. There's our new master cylinder brace, VTEC solenoid cap, a battery tie. This one turned out real nice. I'll take it here in a second for a drive, kind of give you an idea. It's lowered 20 millimeters. That is our OEM Plus spec right there. It rides nice. It's not too low that you're scraping everything. And it's definitely got an adjustable ride. Really, really nice ride, actually. Blue stitch wheel, blue stitched boot right there to match the blue edge on the seat belts right there. We actually showed him the blue first, the cobalt blue, and then he saw this with the edge and liked this, which I agree because it's not overdone. It picks up the color, but it's not too much. The LHT phone holder, LHT cup holder, the document bag, the super rare OEM Blue top. This has been discontinued a number of years. It is the factory Honda top, and this looks beautiful on there. This blue on blue, I think it looks pretty classy. What do you guys think? This one's done. It's leaving here. It's going to a stereo shop. We just got to settle up with the customer. Once it leaves the stereo shop, I believe it goes to Superior. They're going to paint the front and back bumper and polish the headlights. And if I can, I'll show you it when it's done. The stereo shop's going to do an upgraded head unit, an amplifier, and some speakers. And I'll show you that if I can. But what a beautiful car. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, don't forget, you know the drill. Subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Visit the store, LHTperformance.com, and we'll see you on the next video. So we're taking the S2000 over to the stereo shop. They're going to change the head unit and speakers, and I think they're going to put in a small amp. I got George behind me who's going to follow me and take me back. It also gives it a little bit more chance to drive the car. Make sure it's nice and smooth, which it is. It's so nice. Let's see what this truck is going to do. It looks like he's coming in this lane. But yeah, very, very smooth, very quiet. Definitely feels like a newer car. And this, like I mentioned, the feedback from the bushings is unbelievable. It's the closest thing to driving a GT4. If you ever get a chance to drive a GT4, one of the last times I drove one was Matt's from Obsessed Garage, and I was so blown away I had to have one, and I did. I ended up having it for 2.5 years. But this is the closest thing you're going to get to it for a fifth of the price. Even with the same horsepower to the wheels, you can have money left over. There we are. We've actually bought quite a bit from these guys whenever we need speakers, head units and such. But they do a lot of custom stuff too. I'm just going to give the car a quick walk around, just make sure everything is how we left it. And then I'll hand the keys off. So once it leaves here, it's going to Superior. They're going to paint the bumpers, polish the headlights, and I think there's a couple of dings on the car they're going to address. And the cool thing is Superior is like right across the street, like a mile up. In fact, if I go out here, I'll show you where they are. This is 49th Street. That is Superior right there.